I am going to recreate or try to recreate one of Catriona Gray's makeup looks today. It's like a brownish, goldy, soft, smoky eye. We're gonna see how this goes. So first up, I'm using this Chanel Le Beige's Water Fresh tint. This isn't like a necessary step, but I do like using this because I don't really know. It just feels fresh on my skin. Next up, I should have done this step first actually, and that is using this Touche Eclat Blur Primer. This primes the skin to put any foundation on, which I should have done that first. So that is my primer, and now I'm going to use, it's almost gone, my Guerlain Lingerie Depot as my foundation. I use my hands for pretty much everything besides eyeshadow brushes, but I do use this little beauty blender thing to sometimes apply or at least just blend in like my concealer and foundation. Going in with some concealer. If you watched my video where I redid or tried to if you saw my video where I followed the Wurtzbach tutorial, she did her concealer before foundation, which I actually really liked. That's something I never usually do, and I have done that a few more times since. This concealer is by RMS, and it's really amazing because it's more like naturally based products, and I find that it really blends into the skin more, it like melts into your skin but still actually covers what you're trying to cover without looking too cakey. Now, because I feel like I need a little bit more in the under eye situation, I feel like my eyes are a little bit dark right now, I'm gonna use some of this CoverGirl concealer. This one is actually really good, and it's a drugstore brand, of course, so it's more affordable. It's CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I have loved it. It's almost gone. To set this, I'm going to use this Wowder setting spray, or Wowder setting powder. Now for some bronzer by Charlotte Tilbury, one of my favorite makeup brands. We're gonna use a few more of her products for this look. This blush is from Tower 28 I think. It's a cream blush, which isn't something I would necessarily normally use for a look like this, but we're gonna see how it goes. This one is called Beach Please Golden Hour. The defining part about this look really is in the eyes, so I'm going to be using two different palettes, one by Urban Decay called Naked Petite Heat, and this one by Charlotte Tilbury called the Queen of Glow. It's a luxury palette. I think that's what it's called, the Queen of Glow. Now, people ask or comment all the time about how I talk so much about the Philippines and about the Philippines queens. I have done a actual video on this talking about why I love the Philippines so much, why I talk about the Philippines so much, but my shortest version of the answer is that I've been to the Philippines 3 times. I competed at Miss Universe when it was held in the Philippines, and I have always really looked up to queens like Pia Wurtzbach, Catriona Gray. Pia Wurtzbach was like my #1 inspiration, of course, when it came to competing at Miss Universe, because she had won in 2015 and I then was competing in 2016, technically held January 2017 in the Philippines. I was just so inspired at how she was able to handle all of the comments, the cyberbullying, just everything that was thrown her way after she won. I mean, it would have been enough pressure as just winning Miss Universe, like in a normal way, if there's ever a normal way to win Miss Universe, but you know what I mean. And so I just really admired her for staying strong, standing up for herself, and I just really thought she handled everything like a true queen. I thought she was just so incredible, so inspiring, so amazing. I still look up to her to this day, and this is a total experiment here. I'm putting Hot Spell, it's called, this one, all over my lid and into the crease. I don't know how it's going. Now, to darken up the crease a little bit, define it a little bit, I'm going to use this one called Heist. I just curled my lashes and we're getting close to being done. Now I'm going to use this highlighter. It is by Chanel. It's called it's a sculpting stick, the Baume Essential. All I have left now is liquid liner on top, mascara, and then lips, and we will be done. So I feel like nobody in the pageant world can deny the magic that Filipino queens bring to the pageant world, namely people like Pia Wurtzbach, Catriona Gray. They truly light up the stage and light up the excitement, not only for the Philippines, but for people around the world. And people will say things to me of like, you know, why are you always talking about these queens? There's just something so memorable about the performances as well for pageant competitors, women who are looking to compete in pageants, who are inspired to compete in pageants. And in my experience of working with training young women, I would say overwhelmingly the women that other women look up to are these two people, Pia Wurtzbach and Catriona Gray, just because they are so iconic. They're so memorable, from their answers to their walks. There's just something so special about them, to their reigns. I feel like Pia Wurtzbach had one of the most, oh my god, trying to talk and do liquid eyeliner is like, I also put my brown liner on the waterline just to add a little bit more of a dramatic smoky effect. Now we're doing mascara. This is the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. I feel like Pia had one of the most iconic reigns like ever. Like, it was so exciting. She went to so many places. It was so exciting to follow from like a fan perspective, and also from a potential pageant competitor, because from everything from interview to fashion to so many aspects of being a inspirational, amazing, incredible title holder, she fulfilled. I think sometimes I take offense when people are like, why do you talk about the Philippines so much? And then of course, because I did go to the Philippines 3 times, because I started really making pageant videos when Catriona Gray was competing for Miss Universe, I do have a large Filipino audience here on YouTube. That's also why I'll do a lot of coverage on Miss Universe Philippines, Bini, because I do have that audience and I know you love seeing it. I love following it. I love talking about it. Bini and Miss Universe Philippines are 2 of the most exciting, fun national pageants to watch, to follow, because they do so many activities. So there's some competitions like Miss Universe Canada, that's of course a national pageant, but it's only 1 week long. There's hardly any lead up to it, so it's not as exciting to follow. Of course I follow it, I talk about it, I'll make videos on it, but it's not the same. There's not the same like hype around it. Now lastly, here we have the lips. I'm going to use 2 different Charlotte Tilbury colors. This one is called Dance Floor Princess, and then I'm gonna put Pillow Talk as well, and then top it with a Charlotte Tilbury lip gloss in Pillow Talk, because Pillow Talk is like the best color for everyone and anyone. It suits like every skin tone. Now finally, for setting spray, this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. And that's it. What do you guys think? Maybe I should take my hair down. I think that's all for today. As always, if you guys want to see more from me, you can subscribe, and I'm trying to do more of these like fun videos to keep things exciting, because there hasn't been much happening in the pageant world. So if you guys have your suggestions, let me know in the comments. I know a lot of you want to see more of Lily, so we are planning like a day in the life kind of thing. We're gonna do a bit more of vlog type stuff, so you guys can see a bit more into our lives, what we do every day, what Lily does every day, because she's so cute. And that's it.